Joining me now on Notre Dame Day Hotline is Molly Huddle, a 10-time All-American here at Notre Dame. Molly holds the American record and has won 2 national titles in the 5,000 meters and in a national title in the 10,000 meters. She's currently ranked 2nd in the world, and she'll be running for the gold in Rio this coming August. Molly, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Hi, Digger. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's good to have you back on. I know you got a lot in your mind coming up, but more importantly, when and where did you decide that you were going to be a runner, and why?
Well, it started for me watching my dad run. He did marathons when I was younger. So about age 12 or 13, I joined the track team and never really looked back.
That's amazing. You've been out of here now almost 10 years, as you well know. But why did you choose Notre Dame?
Again, my dad and uncle were Notre Dame alumni, and we used to go to football games when I was younger, and I just always had kind of a special place in my heart for Notre Dame. And then when scholarships and running came into the picture, it was kind of a whole new motivation for me. So I really loved the team when I came to visit, and some of my best friends, and I met my husband there, and I just had such a great time during my sports years there.
Well, that's a pretty nice background, knowing that you just had this love and this affection for Notre Dame. But as you take a look at the love and affection of you as a runner, what do you think has been your greatest accomplishment as a runner?
I think for me, setting the American record in the 5K early in my career was probably the most special moment, because it just gave me some confidence early in my career and kind of changed the goals that I had going forward. So that was a special day for me.
Okay, now let's talk about the future. Rio's coming up, obviously in August. Between now and then, you being the #2 ranked runner in the world, and you're going for the gold, what do you think you've got to do to get the right mindset, mentally, physically, and spiritually, to go after that gold medal?
Well, there's definitely a bit of a gauntlet before you get to the Olympic Games. We still have to actually go through the trials in July, and so I have to come out in the top 3 spots among U.S. runners in July, so I have to be ready for that day. And then there are some really great women in Kenya, Ethiopia, and some of the European countries. So I mean, that #2 ranking doesn't usually last more than a few days, to be honest. So I have to really get, my workouts to another level, and just kind of trust my coach and my support crew and stay healthy really is the #1 goal.
When you talk about runners in the world, and it's amazing, like watching last week the Boston Marathon, and you see, the runners from Europe, or I mean Africa, when I'm talking about Ethiopia and wherever else over there. Why in Kenya? Why are they so good?
Well, it's really a national pastime there. I mean, so many of running is held in really high regard there. It's, almost the way we think about football or baseball here. So they just have a lot of numbers doing it and a lot of natural talent, and they train at altitude, they live at altitude. So, they're really formidable opponents. I just think it's really hard to get a medal in the distance events when you're competing against that kind of talent. So we have our work cut out for ourselves here.
Well, it sounds like you got the right game plan going after this, and you didn't just all of a sudden get picked to be #2 in the world. But more importantly, obviously you and your husband being Notre Dame grads, I look at it like this. What do you think your life after running is going to be as you look as 2 people who can make change in the world and give back to the world today that needs that Notre Dame influence to live for the game of life outside of running?
Yeah, that's a great question. Obviously you can't run forever. I think there's going to be some coaching in our future. Kurt currently works with some kids programs here in Rhode Island, and he's really liking that. And for me, I always wanted to kind of go into the healthcare field, and I'm in a totally different field now, so I think I'll somehow maybe sports medicine and kind of merge the two. But there's no shortage of connections we've made here to help as many people as we can.
Well, Molly, we miss you here at Notre Dame. We want to wish you the best. And guess what? You're going to go after that gold, not just for USA, but for Notre Dame Day. So take care, good luck, and thanks for being a part of this show.